Hello again. It's time to do another recipe today. I apologize for how kind of like frazzled I look. It's 90 degrees outside, but I'm going to be doing something, taking a recipe that I loved from when I was a kid and kind of making it more friendly to my particular my diet and the way that I can eat now. And that is basically stuffed peppers. So some of the stuff you can still use, and I'm going to tell you what the original ingredients are, and then I'm going to tell you what my substitutions are, and you can do whichever one you wish. Okay, obviously you're going to need bell peppers. You can use green, yellow, orange, red, whatever one you want. I have green peppers, so I'll be using those. You also are going to need some onion chopped up. Now you can use a garlic clove with a garlic press, or you can use minced garlic. I've chosen to use minced garlic. And another sort of change you can do to this is, because you have to be careful when you use spaghetti sauce, that the biggest problem is there's a lot of sugar sometimes in spaghetti sauces. Excuse me, the dog wants to go out. Hang on. Sorry about that. So a few variations you can do. You can do like I'm doing, which is just some regular tomato sauce. I prefer to use marinara, but I'm out of it at the moment, so I'm just going to use a little tiny jar of tomato sauce. Or something else that my son likes me to do for him when I make these is I use sriracha. Two different types. This one's by far obviously a really good one, but this one is great too. But you can use sriracha instead of your tomato. And instead of using, now you can use beef, and I can have ground beef on this particular diet, but I'm trying to watch my cholesterol as well, so I'm using ground turkey. And instead of using regular rice, since I can't have rice, I'm going to be using riced cauliflower. So these are some of the differences that I'll be doing in this recipe, but I will show you the whole thing when it's, as we go through the whole thing and I mix it up into the plate. And I'll show you obviously the whole thing toward the end. So the big thing here, of course, is that I have my turkey. It's in my pan. And I'm going to be mixing that up, which I will obviously pause for because I don't want to take a whole lot of time. I have like a 10-15 minute video watching me chop things. So I have the rice cooking in the microwave. It should be done in about 30 seconds. And I'm going to brown up the ground turkey right now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I know it's only been like a second for you, or not even like a millisecond, but see if I can get this into there. As you see, there's the ground turkey. It looks a lot different than ground beef, but you get the basic idea on it. Okay, and like I said, I am using, okay, and I am using rice. I know I should have paused this before I tried to move it. There we go. And I'm using cauliflower rice instead of regular rice in this. So, the rice is done, so I've used just regular old riced cauliflower. And once your brown is done, you want to make sure that when this is done, you actually drain it, because even though this is turkey that I'm using, you still want to make sure you're draining it. So let me drain that, and I'm going to add the rice to it. Hang on. Okay, so here you can see I've kind of added the rice in, and then just kind of like mix it into it, so the riced cauliflower is kind of mixed into the whole thing. And then what you also want to do is you then want to add your garlic. Oops, sorry, let's see if I can get that back. There you go. You want to add your garlic and your onions and everything into this mixture as well. So you want to take your onion, you want to chop it up. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to add the garlic and the chopped up onion into the mixture. Now, me personally, I'm also going to add some red onions in there because I just love red onions, but regular onion works just fine. Okay, so let me chop those and add those, and I can show it to you. Oh, before I forget, before you even kind of get to this mixture and browning your stuff, you should actually cut open your peppers. So, okay, so when you cut out your peppers, you want to cut it all the way out and take the whole center core and seeds out so you have a little cup to put it in. Okay, now let me get back to my mixture here. Okay, so at this point I'm going to add the minced garlic in. And at this point, the minced garlic is really just to taste. I personally happen to prefer garlic, so I'm going to put a little bit more garlic in than probably most people do. But usually about like 1 tablespoon is more than enough. I'm sorry, 1 teaspoon. But like I said, I love my garlic, so I'm going to do a little more. Of course, I'm also making a mess here. So, and then of course you take your regular onions and you put them in, and then you take your red onions and you put them in as well. And, oh, hang on. And of course, you always want to add a little salt and pepper, especially at this stage. Yeah. You could also add a little bit of like thyme, into it too for a nice bit of a flavor. Someone I know used to do that. So then by the time you get everything kind of all mixed up together, again, kind of show that over. I don't know how well you can kind of see that. So you can kind of see you have like your rice. I think I need to add more rice. Some of the rice cauliflower, some of the onions. You can kind of see it's all in there. And the last thing you need to do at this point is add your, either your marinara, whoops, I'm put my phone back. Either your marinara or your sriracha or whatever you want to into it at this point. And then you're just going to take it and you're going to scoop it and you're going to fill, oops, your just kind of fill it up like this. Now this recipe is supposed to also call for cheese. Now, I am not one, who can have cheese anymore right now. So, and you want to fill it up about that high. Whoops. And then you're going to put it in the oven on about 350 and bake it for about a half an hour. And that's all it is. It's very simple, very easy. And so yeah, stuffed peppers. I hope you like them.